This Filipino-Swiss professor looked into cancer treatments to ensure that more patients could have access to life-saving medicines. And the Swiss Science Prize Latsis recipient, Kerstin Noëlle Vokinger, is now in the country, joining us now to talk about her research. Kerstin, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations once again on your work on cancer medicine access.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for having me.
So what brings you to Manila? Are you here for research or just for a break from all the research and hard work that you've been doing over the past years?
Yeah, so I have a business trip to Japan and combined that with a stay at my uncle and my auntie here in Manila. So I'm very happy to be in my second home, the Philippines, a very beautiful country.
Catching up with family here in Manila before you return to Japan for more work. And of course, the focus of your research was on how drugs with high therapeutic value can be used to fight cancer and be made easily accessible and affordable even in poor countries. How does this work, Kerstin?
So one first important step is to identify which medicines have a high value, high therapeutic value for patients. And after identifying these medicines, because only a fraction, only approximately 1/3 of new medicines have a high value. So it's important to first identify which medicines are valuable. After identifying those drugs, we then have to develop strategies, and we then have to set up collaborations between the different stakeholders to make these medicines available across all countries.
What about specifically here in the Philippines? Can this work?
Yes, it can work. So again, first, we have to identify the important medicines, which has been done. Also, the WHO, the World Health Organization, helps in identifying these medicines. And then we have to invest resources. So also the Philippines and the Filipino government would have to invest resources and use the resources for these medicines to make them accessible for Filipinos.
And from what you've seen in the system here in the Philippines for access to cheaper drugs, particularly those with high therapeutic value, have you already done baby steps? Have you already started this kind of research?
Yes, we did do so. So first of all, we saw the delay that we have for important drugs across countries. So we got in touch with the different stakeholders and governments and the WHO, the international organization, to highlight this problem. And now we are developing how access can be improved with different kinds of strategies and using the resources for specific medicines.
How soon can this access be a reality, Kerstin?
Well, the one challenge is to bring all stakeholders together, which we're working on now. So, theoretically, it's possible tomorrow. But since we have diverging interests and because here a lot of resources, a lot of money is in play, it can take longer. But I do hope that in the upcoming months and years, we will have good solutions for countries, also the Philippines.
I hope it happens sooner rather than later. Apart from working to improve access for cancer-fighting drugs, what other fields can your research improve access to as well?
So we are now also focusing on other therapeutic areas, such as antibiotics, also a very important therapeutic area for Filipinos. We're also focusing on very new therapeutic areas such as gene therapies. They cost up to a few million US dollars. And we have to find ways of how we can make them affordable, again, across countries, also in the Philippines. And another area that I and my research team are focusing on are new technologies. So for example, artificial intelligence technologies, how access can be approved to these technologies.
All right, let's get some background from you because you are Phil-Swiss and of course many of our kababayans want to find out, how did you get into the field of law and medicine?
Yes, so I was very much inspired by different people, also including my family, the Gora family, who is very hardworking. And so I learned from early on that, hard work pays out and that is being rewarded. And so I realized that combining both areas, both disciplines, law and medicine, helps to make a difference in this world. And that is my goal, to actually, even if it's just a small difference, but to try in baby steps make this place a better place, because I was very privileged in my life, and so I hope to give something back to society.
And of course, your mother is from Cagayan de Oro. She is a Cagayanon. Will you be making a trip to your mother's hometown while you're here over the next several days in the Philippines?
This time not, but I'll be back soon again in late spring, and hopefully then that will be possible.
So you'll be back in late spring. What are your plans when you come back in the springtime?
So I still have to organize, but I just love the Philippines so much that I want to come back, visit family. Hopefully also, my goal is to work also with the Filipino government, with universities. So I do hope that I can strengthen these collaborations so that I can combine work and pleasure when I come back again in late spring.
What is your advice to students who dream of becoming scientists, researchers, who want to pursue this dream in your field of work?
Yeah, so I mean, hard work is necessary. Nothing goes without hard work. But apart from that, it also needs curiosity, trying to understand, identify problems, and have really the will to solve these problems and to not give up. It also helps to go abroad and try to understand different cultures, different policies, and different ways of how to handle challenges and problems. So I think these are major steps in trying to forming a successful career.
And with your knowledge and research and the best practices, Kerstin, that you've learned overseas, I'm sure any of the universities here in the Philippines would love to have you as a visiting professor.
I would love to do that. So I really hope that, and I would be honored if universities, Filipino universities, would reach out to me, and I also will do the same, because I do believe the Filipinos, they're smart people, they're hardworking people, and we have the same problems, the same challenges in all countries. So I would love to collaborate and to try to build bridges so that we can overcome major challenges such as improving access to medicines.
You are indeed an inspiration to all Filipinos, and congratulations on your success. University of Zurich Professor Kerstin Noëlle Vokinger.